What's up, YouTube? Got a question. And this one's kind of weird because I've talked to this cat before, but he's a little bit older than me. He wanted my advice on this topic. So I guess I'll do my best to tell you how I feel. So he wanted to know, okay, he's in a relationship with a cool chick. I asked him not to tell me what race she is, because I didn't want that to play a part in what's going on. So I just said, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Just, let my mind do all the running, but don't tell me. She's a good person. She's a good person. And he was like, all right, so, how do you know if you want to take it to the next level? And the next level to you may mean marriage, or it may mean, I don't know, moving in together, or it may mean, you guys just being official, you being legit. And I said, man, this is a tough one, because I haven't really been at that spot where I felt like, I'm ready to tell, a girl that, yeah, I'm trying to make this official, I'm trying to make it legit. But if I was in that situation, I would probably say, do you want your daughter to be just like her? Pure and simple. Like, she can be great, she can be smart, educated, in shape, humble, God-fearing, or whatever you want to call it. But you have to ask yourself, do you want your daughter to be a spitting image of this woman? If yes, then hey, go forth, right? If you're not sure, you need to figure out, of course, spend some more time with her and, really figure out how you feel. And if you can say no, a definite no, then I would say, you probably want to move on then, right? Just because two people are good people, or just because two people have it together, doesn't mean that it's going to work out. I think we can all agree on that. So, like I said, man, that's what I would do, right? Just in my life alone. I think back about, as much as there's all this bullshit that we talk about and stuff I don't like, yeah, I know some pretty solid black women, but in terms of them passing the ultimate test, do I want my daughter to be a spitting image of her? There's probably right now, my list is maybe at 4. Okay, right now, out of all the women that I've ever known, black women, ranging from, I would say, 18 and to the present, okay? Probably maybe only 4, and even out of that 4, I'd probably need to spend more time with those people. But right now, I'll say 4, okay? And this is, including the whole idea that, I've actually been around some pretty decent black women. And of course, well, what about for the women? The same thing. The same exact thing. Do you want your son, if you had a son, to be a spitting image of this man? Right? Now, no one's perfect, don't get me wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, do you want him to be in, this man's image? Do you want him to have the bulk of what makes this man? Like, so do you want him to be at least 90% of this guy? Right, in terms of his characteristics, what he does, what he doesn't do, even some of the stuff you don't like, right? That's part of being with somebody, right? Accepting what you don't like, right? Now, somebody can do something that you don't like, but you put up with it, but there are certain things that you're like, man, I can't even put up with this. So even then, you have to include that in. So when I say, I'm looking for a woman that will mirror what I want my daughter to be like, I'm including the fact that she's not perfect. Right? Don't get me wrong. If you have a daughter, understand that your daughter's not going to be perfect. She's going to do some things as a father that's going to, make you upset and maybe even break your heart. But there are certain things that are just inexcusable. Right? There are certain acts that, if my daughter ever did, it's one of those things where, oh man, it's tough, I have to deal with it. But there are certain things that I'm like, I can't go on. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm just like crushed. I don't know what to do with myself. Right? So you have to look at that. Like, if I look at a chick, of course she's not perfect, but can I say to myself, even with her flaws, could I stand this in my own daughter? Can I put up with this? Right? That is included. But if that chick is doing something that you're like, yo, I pray to God my daughter never, even on my daughter's darkest moment in life, I pray that she never ever does this. If you have to say that about the chick that you're with or the chick that you're considering, then it's a definite no. And vice versa, as far as the women go in terms of the men. So to me, I think that's the ultimate test right there. I think that should be the final, okay, let's proceed. Right? You know, I'm sure, to play off the Cosby Show, when, you know, Cliff was looking at, Claire, you know, oh, she's smart, beautiful, articulate, you know, all the things that you can ever want. But I'm sure he was like, you know what? I want my daughters to just be like her. I want them to be close to her, as close as you can be. And that was probably the final, okay, I'm going to get with this chick. And I'm sure with Claire too, it was like, if I had a son, do I want him to have the same sort of leadership or the same sort of, you know, humor or hard work and drive that Cliff has? And she was probably like, yes. Apart from him being a doctor and apart from, you know, him being, you know, appealing to her. So, you know, I don't know. It's food for thought. Obviously, there's more of you guys out there who have more experience, you know, who've had good relationships and those who've had bad. So it would be cool if you guys could come on and, you know, say what you did. If you are in a good relationship, what you did, like what was the final, okay, you know, what was that final hurdle that you had to get over to say that, okay, I'm going to, you know, set up shop with this person? Or what did you do wrong? Like, what didn't you factor in? Because, you know, you can learn as much as from people in terms of what they did and what they didn't do. So you guys take it easy. Tell me how you feel. God bless.